And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Adashoni's Edge, we have the red Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Terran. The blue Terran player, the South Korean Terran for Shopify. It is ByuN. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It's Gamba time. It's Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Coming into this, I lean toward... I mean, herO is straight up the best Protoss in the world. He's the best Protoss player in the world, so it's hard to bet against herO. But, you know, players have been exploring the patch. They've been more aggressive. They've been taking more risks, more chances. I mean, hey, we saw ByuN whip out Mech against Shin earlier. He's crazy. He's lost his mind. Do we even see Mech against Protoss? Maybe. We might. He might have lost it completely. As we open up with the proxy, let's go. We do open up. The proxy is right outside of the natural and the low ground location, so much more committed location here. Gas is being taken back at home, and I'm curious to see how committed this is. Whether it's just proxy Reaper, or if we do intend to be a little bit more sinister with this and go for like a tech lab into proxy Marauder. I could be mistaken. I think that's done with 2 gases, but I know that there's like 2 gas and 1 gas variations, so not entirely certain when it comes to said variants. Eyes are on ByuN. We'll see. We shall see. Just catching up. You do it with lurkers too? I mean, yeah, I would imagine it's just a bug with the auto load feature. But there it is, proxy Marauder. So it is going to be with the tech lab. So just one gas into tech lab and a proxy Marauder here. A very dedicated play here by ByuN. And so far, herO has not probe scouted. He may check the nearby third locations. Eyes are on herO. We're now just going for his own standard opener, gate, cyber, expand out of herO. And he does not scout, he does not check, he has no idea as to what's going on. There's no probe scout across the map, and there's no safety proxy scout either. herO cutting all the corners. And it's lining up well here for ByuN. The Gamba is paying off. It's paying off. Yeah. Why did Percival GG out when he starts the cyclone? True. Haha. Music bug seems new. Yeah, the music bug was plaguing us throughout the weekend, throughout the past couple of days. It gets a little bit awkward, especially for long games, because suddenly like there's just no music. But yeah, it has been very noticeable for the past couple of days. But here we go. Our boys are being pulled, the Marauders are revealed, Bunker is on the way. Now, due to the zoning, the SFV should go down. No Bunker. Yeah, Bunker does not finish, but still 3 probe kills. Nice pickups here from ByuN. And looks like he'll find the pylon as well. Yeah, that's like the pylon. Nice pickup. Behind us, we have a 4th Marauder on the way. Back at home, we're going for our Cyclone switch. This should be factory into Tech Lab into Cyclone. And ByuN, ideally, he's fishing for a Stalker. Like, he's hoping that maybe he can bait out a Stalker and then focus it down. Remember, Concussive Shell was researched. Next is getting low. Sentry has arrived. We can Force Field. We can Guardian Shield as well. Does go for the shield. The boys are hit a tank. And 1 Stalker goes down. Massive pickup. They trade. And in the end, every Stalker will fall. Yeah, every Stalker will fall. We still have 4 Marauders. One of them does kite back. And with that, ByuN will kill everything. Oh my god. Cleans up the army, and he gets all 4 Stalkers, the Sentry, and the Nexus as well. He gets everything, and he just ignores it. He goes further in and getting some probe damage as well. 3 more probes, and the Nexus. Insane damage here. Again, ByuN, who was hoping he could catch out the army, and he did. He did catch out the army. herO just misjudging the strength of those Stalkers, or just was unable to focus on the weakened Marauders. These are some brutal losses for herO. GG gets called, and with that, ByuN, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. ByuN does take lead in the series. Again, herO misjudging the strength of his army to break out. Not just that, but also 0 scouting. No probe scout across the map, and no probe scout at the proxy locations either. So hyper greed there from herO gets punished. GG. GG, well played. With that, we are getting into game number 2. ByuN does begin with a lead, and we'll see if he can keep going from here. He does have some momentum. Let's go. ByuN is the strongest Terran in the world? Who can lift the most? Who's currently active? That's a good question. Big Gabe. Yeah? I think? Am I missing someone? There we go, spawning in the right-hand corner. To be fair, I did forget this, but ByuN has been going to the gym recently. He's been posting pics on Instagram. ByuN flexing his muscles. That was last year though. I don't know if he's been keeping up. I don't know. In the right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom side of Lockdown, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Yeah, so for those who haven't seen ByuN, it was last year, I think. The years they blend together was either 2025 or 2024. One of those 2 years, ByuN, he was going to the gym, like, very, very diligently. Like, he always brought it up. Like, whenever he casted ByuN, like, in KSL or in Tuna Cups as well, he'd bring it up. Because I think typically he'd go to the gym and then he'd play in the tournament, or he'd go to the gym right after the tournament. He'd just go right after. But I don't know if he's been keeping up with that. So I don't know if he's the strongest Terran player anymore. We'll see. We'll see. We need like a flex off team ByuN and Gabe. Oh no. There we go. There we go. For now, though, we're going to be opening up, and this time you can see here herO probe scouts. Remember, last game there was 0 scouting. This game, immediately he just probe scouts across the map. So very, 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 very fast scouts. He does confirm that the Rax is back at home, so you can see how one game influences the other throughout the course of his series. Because technically, this is inefficient, right? It's like, ideally, herO wants to get away without a probe scout, but because of the proxy in game 1, ByuN wins out in the mind games. He wins out in the mind games. Likewise, ByuN does go for a single Rax expand, but ByuN, he does skip the Reaper. It's ByuN cutting corners. ByuN, no SCV scout, no Reaper scout either. You can see he's checking the center with the Marine, but that's the most amount of scouting that he's really doing before getting a CC. So it's ByuN who's cutting corners, without an SCV scout, without a Reaper scout, which preserves the gas, of course, because we only opened up Marine, is being a little bit safe in the sense he's checking the nearby proxy location at least, just a nearby location. But overall, just more corners being cut from ByuN as we're setting up back at home. Oh, that is different though. Not a Stargate opener, not a Twilight Council, we're going for a Robo opener instead. Now, with a Robo opener, this can lead a couple different ways. This can lead into a fast bay into very fast Colossus production, into maybe even Prism into Colossus drops. This can also lead into a fast Prism into fast Gateway aggression. You have the fast War Prism, you can reinforce across the map and then apply pressure with Stalkers or Adepts, or this can lead into like some kind of Immortal based play, which is quite rare in this matchup. So leaning more towards Prism and a fast bay. Towards a fast bay. Back at home, ByuN is going for his own 1-1-1. Again, this build is quite rare. The reason why this is quite rare is because this will mean that the Protoss player has less map control. Prism is on the way. What I mean by that is that, what do Blink Stalkers do? Well, with more mobile Blink Stalkers, you can catch drop play, you can shut down Banshees, you can harass and blink into bases and maintain map control and contain the opponent. Likewise, Phoenixes do something very similar, where if you open Stargate into Oracle or Stargate into Phoenix, you can scout, you can harass, you can do more damage. The Prism is a little more limited in what it can do across the map, so typically War Prism openers, they don't really scale as well coming into the mid game, but we are going for Immortal production. Oh, okay. Interesting. hero's being high. He's just rallying everything across the map. Okay. How many warp gates? The warp gate isn't done yet. He's only got one, soon to be 2 gateways. So here he does drop into the main base with the first prism with 3 adepts, and he's rallying across the map. So here he's not stopping. He's not stopping with aggression. Gets 1 SCV so far. Ooh, oh, the mine shot! Oh my god! It happens so quickly. Prism goes down, adepts, they're abandoned, they're stuck in the main, they're gonna kill some SCVs, but there's no way out. He has to recall. Yeah, he has to recall out. Ay, ay, ay. The aggression is subsiding, and ByuN, he defends very nicely here. He will lose 4 SCVs, but to kill the Prism and to catch the adepts, very nice. And the aggression that herO was hoping to go for has been delayed, has heavily been delayed. You can see he wanted to push. Again, like with like a Soul Train-esque early game setup. Moving out with the second Immortal. Meanwhile, the medevac is boosting in. As I mentioned, there's no Blink Stalkers, no Phoenixes, nothing to stop this. We're gonna get messy. Yeah, we're getting messy here. There's no warp gates either, so there's no defensive warp in. Yeah, there's no defensive warp in. ByuN does sort of step in. Gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probe kills. 6, 7. 6. 6 probes go down. Nice pickup. At the same time, herO does move off the ramp. It does push up. No bunker. No safety bunker. Boys are being pulled. Cyclone is out. And can we get the lock-on on the Immortal? We have the tank. We have the tank. The tank has arrived. And again, there's no Warp Prism. There's no Prism. There's no way to dive or jump on top of the tank. ByuN is holding. ByuN is holding. Still has that drop across the map. Warp Prism is rallying. Second Prism is coming. herO, he's desperate for damage. Now, he has built up to 2 Immortals, but we can see that ByuN fully walls. He's fully walling off. Bunkers on the way as well. Second tank has arrived. It's becoming more and more difficult for herO to break this position. But he's going for it. He's going to try it. 3 Immortals. Yeah, tank volley goes up. Boys are being pulled. Bunker goes down, but massive shot shield. The sentries. Oh my god, 2 sentries go down. The Stalker goes down as well. Some brutal losses at the same time. ByuN drops into the main. 4 probe kills. The Stalker as well. There's 1 Stalker left. Battery's out of energy. There's no energy overcharge. Jesus. I saw the lock-on and I thought it was another Widowmine lock-on. Like, I was feeling PTSD for herO, but I mean, he zones away the Prism, takes out the Immortal. Heavy losses for herO. Drop into the main. 7 probe kills. Can we get 8? Can we get 9? 8. 8 probes go down. Prism is, oh, sorry, the Prism barely survived, but it's barely alive. herO, he's crazy. He's jumping back in. He's coming back. The lock-on. Oh my god. Okay, deny stim. Yeah, stim is going to be denied. Prism gets away. Lock-on was wasted on the Zealot. It was wasted on the Zealot. herO, Jesus, playing with fire right now. Going for that. I mean, he has to, right? Like, hero's desperate for damage. He's going in. Gets a tank. Doesn't lose the Immortal. Very nice control. Like, it's so risky playing with a low HP Prism like this, but herO, he needs to find damage. Otherwise, he's just dead. Like, otherwise, he's just too far gone. Dropping into the mineral line. Gets 1 SCV. Delays the eBay. Killed a tank earlier. Keeping ByuN busy. Getting a 3rd base. Dark Shrine. It went behind. Dark Shrine. Let's go. We're going for DTs. They have potential. They have potential. See, hero's looking for another tank. He's looking for a tank. Does not find one. Looking for more warp-ins. Charge is almost done. Oh. Here we're gonna calm down. Oh, can you get it? 1 more shot. Oh my god, barely not. He wants it. He chases. The chase takes down the Prism. Oh my, ByuN, calm down, puppy, calm down. He chases down the Prism. The Cyclone survives as well. And once again, here he cannot reinforce. He cannot threaten the main. He cannot drop. No more kills. And here it turns around. So you can see he turns back around. Did at least save the Immortal. ByuN be dropping. And again, ideally that Prism was supposed to contain ByuN. Not anymore. Not anymore. Does boost across. Thankfully, herO does have some spotted pylons. He will spot the drop. He can react. He can get ready. herO, he does have a 3rd base. He's slowly building up as well, building up his economy. But it's been a very shaky game for herO, and he will... Oh, barely lose that sentry. Oh, he wants it. He gets it. ByuN. Oh my god. He's vicious today, back. Chasing down the Prism. Chasing down the sentry as well. You know what this is? This is ByuN post, this is post GSL CK ByuN. For those that maybe missed it, I do highly recommend watching GSLCK. But if you remember, it was last weekend. Last weekend, ByuN, he played against Zaun, and ByuN lost that game. He lost that game. He lost the series versus Zaun. And we had an interview with ByuN afterwards. And ByuN, he was like, and what happened in that game was that ByuN dropped to kill the Nexus. It was the fourth, I want to say. It was the fourth base for Zaun. It was pretty important. It was on Adattorney's edge. It was a really game-deciding moment in that game. And ByuN, he picked up the drop when the Nexus was like on 2 HP. Like the Nexus was literally one shot away from going down, and ByuN picked up like 1 second too soon. He then couldn't drop as reinforcements arrived. The base survived, and then Zaun just outscaled ByuN and stole out of control. And in that interview, ByuN, he did say that that was the moment that he lost that lost him the game. He was like, "Yo, I played like a bronze." Like he's like I know what I was doing. Like I was not locked in. Now he's making up for it. He's making up for it. Making up for last week versus Zaun. Never again play like a bronze. Meanwhile, there's a DT hidden here, by the way. Dark Templar hidden behind the mineral line. Ooh, DT's run into the army. Prism into the main. Zell drop into the main base as well as ByuN moves out. Uh-oh. Yeah, ByuN moves out. herO moves in. Going for the add-ons, and he will snipe the reactor at least. Oh. Reactor goes down, but we abandon the Zealots. We have to. DT going for the eBay. Zealots into the mineral line. SCVs are going down. Yeah, getting 3, getting up to 4 SCVs at the same time. No, he goes back in. Oh my god. F2? Hard to say, but the Prism goes back in. Prism goes down. That's what, the third War Prism? herO. Por favor. The Prism goes back in. And with that, herO, he's committing with his main army. He cannot harass across the map. He cannot deflect or distract the main army of ByuN. That's the real threat of the War Prism, even if the Prism doesn't get into the base. But if the Prism is still out there just threatening, it does force supply to stay in the main. But now ByuN doesn't have to worry about that. Doesn't have to be concerned about keeping supply back. Setting up his third base. 4 CC is building up. Jesus, we have a minefield here outside of the natural. Now, this move I get spotted. The Zell does spot the main move out, and herO's going for the base trade. Yeah, he's going for the base trade, going for the backstab. And how good are these mine shots going to be? Oh no. ByuN does scout bottom right. He will target that base. Well, we're tempted, but we get spotted. What's the plan? herO sees the army. He goes. Yeah, here's going for it. Now, thankfully, herO splits up these Zealots, so they're going to be able to bait out some of the mine shots. Oh, a couple of them do still connect. Zealots move in. Every Zealot goes down, running into a siege line. There's 3 tanks behind this in the minefield. ByuN holds. Yeah, ByuN, he holds on. At the same time, he shuts down both Zealot run-bys, catching up the main army, forcing the recall. Now, ByuN did turn back around, but he shuts it down. He shuts down the army, and now you can see that supply difference. You can see that supply deficits for herO. This is throughout the course of the entire game, losing workers, losing War Prisms, losing Immortals, losing Zealots. hero's bleeding out too much, bleeding out far too much, and ByuN is maxed. ByuN is maxed out. He's snowballing out of control, pushing towards the 5th. And the 4th at the same time, gets into the mineral line, bases are falling, that's a kill, not a cancel. 12 probes. And 12 probe kills, and honestly, ByuN could just keep going. I feel like he could just keep pushing here. There are disruptors back at home, though. Okay. We got some Novas. This is the one chance for herO. The one chance he has are these Purification Novas. There's a world where if he can connect and buy time with these Novas, he can slowly catch up in supply. But this is it. Like that's it's make or break here for these disruptors. Speaking of, disruptors are moving in. First Nova. That splits. Oh my god. The splits are good. Yeah, the splits are good. 1, 2, 3 disruptors go down, and there's 1 disruptor left. 1 purification Nova remaining. Nova goes off, the zone's away. But only 1 Nova connected, and with that, every disruptor goes down. And ByuN, he stims. And he wins. And he wins. Pushing into the natural, there's nothing here. And with that, ByuN, he will take a 2-0 lead in the series. Oh my god. After a very chaotic game. And we can see herO trying to come in from behind. Trying to at least. I feel like ByuN could have taken that fight, but for now, just playing it safe, jumping back in. Nice EMP. Takes down the Archon, drops back into the main. Picking for those zealots ahead of time. Likewise, nice target firing here on the Immortal as well. And snipes the Robo. Yeah, Robo goes down, limited disruptor production. Here we're just getting torn apart. Nice snipe on the disruptor. We're down to a handful of stalkers, baby. GG gets called, and ByuN will take that 2-0 lead. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We'll take that 2-0 lead here again. We did see some hyper aggression by herO, but it was just a very rough beginning, very rough start to that game. Remember, winding all the way back, it was a Robo opener, which is very abnormal, which is very aggressive, very dedicated build there from herO, going for the Robo opener. Went Robo first into Warp Prism, and that Prism died immediately. The Prism wandered into the main base, Mind Shot went off, killed the Prism, and that took away any teeth, any of the momentum that herO had in that game. And it was just very shaky from there. We saw that as a result, he was struggling to be, I mean, the build was supposed to be aggressive. He couldn't be aggressive. He still tried to go up the ramp, losing Immortals, losing Zealots. We saw the counter drop play. herO kept losing his Prisms. He lost like 3 or 4 Prisms throughout that course of that game. Tried to go for DTs to recover. They didn't quite get much damage done either. It was just a very rocky start from herO, and that just had, of course, greater effects coming into a longer mid to late game with a deterred economy, with a delayed 3rd, delayed 4th base, lost high-tech units, late tech, late production. Like, it all just came into play there. And with that, we're now getting into Game 3. We're loading into Game 3 and spawning in the left-hand corner of Fear and Faith. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Let's go. Let us go. As we are getting to the next game, as we're getting into game number 3, and again, ByuN is on match point, but welcome to Fear and or Faith. This is a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in top right, top left, bottom right, and bottom left as well. 4 possible spawn locations, and we happen to roll the dice and land on cross spawns. Diagonal spawns here, so a massive map, long rush distance by ground. If we had horizontal or vertical spawns, that would have been close spawns, then we can be more aggressive. Then we can be more aggressive, more active, but based on these spawn locations, I typically want to favor Protoss as herO. Oh, wow, ByuN tricked him. Look at this. ByuN, he hit his depot here on the left hand side, and he went for the CC first. Hyper greed out of ByuN, but because he didn't set up the wall, herO doesn't know. He missed it. He missed the scout. He's crazy. ByuN. Oh my god. Cheeky moves out of ByuN. If you remember, ByuN used to do this on Mothership. So, on Mothership, which is another 3-player small map instead. He used to do this where he would throw down his depot and racks further back, so that if the worker scout doesn't go in, then you don't see. You don't see what's going on. So herO doesn't know. He's still looking, baby. He's still looking. He has seen nothing. He believes that ByuN is top left. I'm getting ready for the question mark. I'm getting ready. ByuN. I see in the chat, did you cast RSL? We co-stream the RSL playoffs. We don't co-stream the group stage. So I believe this weekend the group stage should begin. We won't be getting into RSL until the playoffs. And of course we cast the qualifiers as well. But here we go. Here we go as herO, he does move out. Again, herO, he's looking. And he... I'm ready for the question mark. I'm ready. He's gonna check top left. Still looking for his opponent. ByuN, meanwhile, again, got away with CC first. Hyper greed. Hyper greed. herO moves in. It's like, what? So what's happening? Where did he Gangnam? Did he lift his CC? Is he in the middle of the map? What's going on? As now we have to move out with the initial attempt. ByuN is moving out through the center, and now ByuN, I mean, sorry, hero's moving out through the center, and he knows that he has to be here because this is the only location where he didn't check the actual location itself. This is where if the biggest brain is again to lift and just Gangnam elsewhere, that would have been crazy. But now he sees, now he knows. Does wander into the main. There's only 1 Marine to defend, bearing in mind that, remember, ByuN was hyper greedy this game. He was very greedy. He's down to 1 Marine, and this single adept is doing a lot of damage. Doesn't kill much, but does nice mining. Does nice mining time. And that first adept is soon to be joined by the Stalker. So Stalker is coming, adept is coming as well. So far, ByuN has done a great job at minimizing losses, but he will still lose 1. Oh my god. Dove into the gas geyser. Gets 1. One Marine goes down, doesn't lose a singular SCV. ByuN, the micro, the SCV control. ByuN, calm down. Calm down, baby. Ay, ay, ay. He's buying time for the Hellion, buying time for the Marine. It's still very shaky, and again, this is the downside of not having a wall, right? Typically, you'd have a depot and a Rax, and you wouldn't really be able to push in, but without having the wall here, you are open. You're open, you're more vulnerable. So it's a double-edged sword, and herO, it's time to Darkshine. Let's go. It's time, pappy. Here comes the proxy. And remember, this hits even faster because you don't need a gateway. We have fast warp-ins. We have fast warp-ins now. SCV Scout. SCV did go all the way around the edge of the map, by the way. Went all the way around. He sees! No shot! The SCV Scout confirms the Dark Shrine. And ByuN, he went through the monorail system. He went through the tubes. He sees everything. He knows. And he should hold on to a scan. He should hold on. Cyclone has arrived. Zones away the Stalkers. herO, now he knows he's been scouted. Did herO cancel? He did. Yeah, herO forced to cancel Dark Shrine. It was almost done. It was almost done as well. Forced to cancel. At least he's forcing on a Raven. But, I mean, you want a Raven anyway to harass in TVT. Sorry, TVP. It's not uncommon. Whew. And with that, herO forced to expand. Yeah, claiming his third base. It's already just been a very chaotic game. It's been very chaotic. It's been crazy. I'm so shocked that ByuN didn't lose a single SCV in the main. That's the craziest part. Oh, Zell tanks a lock on. Yeah, nice tank. Zell goes down. Ooh, medevac as well. The target firing at a herO. He locks down the Cyclone. Yeah, he locks down the Cyclone, but he does lose 2 Stalkers as a result. So a little bit messy, a little bit shaky. As here he snipes the medevac and the Cyclone, he will lose 3 Stalkers, but he's still warping in. He's still reinforcing. Again, the fast warpings are crazy, which means he can be more aggressive. He's moving in. But the tank. Wow, the tank has arrived just in time. Blink is not yet done. ByuN is holding. He's holding, he's defending. He can always throw down an auto turret as well. Throw down that turret. And ByuN holds. Whew, okay, ByuN does hold on. herO's getting his third up and running. Behind this, we have the Bay on the way, so it's going to be Blink Stalkers +1 into what should be Colossus. We did see Disruptors last game, but that was only because herO was desperate. Like, herO, he was desperate for damage and desperate for something to go his way, so he was heavily reliant on some RNG. Or just on taking some risks. This time it should be Colossus. Likewise, extra gates on the way. And we spoke about this earlier. We didn't really get to delve too far into that point, but welcome to Fear and Faith, and because we have long spawns, this usually favors Protoss. If you are aware of the meta of TVP, you would know that very often Protoss players, especially on larger maps, it's very common to take over the map, to take every expansion that you can find, to have the boosted economy, to keep warping in Zealots, and to contain the Terran player on a low base count. So that is why typically larger maps do favor Protoss, smaller maps typically favor Terran, because on smaller maps, Terran players can be more aggressive. Right, they can be more aggressive, they can go for these big all-ins, or they can keep up the momentum and keep up the pressure, as the map does help them just be in the face of the Protoss. So this is where I'm concerned for ByuN, as ByuN is getting a third CC, and again, it's been a decent start from ByuN, don't get me wrong, but the idea of ByuN punishing the third, or punishing the fourth base, or being active in any way, it's very low, right? There's a very, very low chance, so herO can freely probe up, and the bases should be left alone. So we're getting into a very comfortable game state for the Protoss. For the first time this series, right? For the first time this series, herO can get comfortable. Oh, Sims in! Late reaction. Yeah, late reaction from herO, losing 1 Stalker, losing 1.5. She can use that to ByuN. He does get, oh, almost 2. Gasita. Nice save. But again, ByuN, he needs to be active. He needs to try at least. He needs to try to be active and try to force out a response and force out some warp-ins. Auto harass into the bases, we'll get 3 probes, we'll scout the Colossus. Oh. There's a Raven to get across. The other difficult thing here as well, it isn't just that the map is very large, but also the 3rd and 4th base are very spread out, and this does mean that it's going to be difficult for the Terran player to maintain a 4-base setup. 4 bases are going to be difficult for the Terran. They're easy for the Protoss, not because they want to be defensive, but because they have map control. Right? So it's a little bit different. Where herO has map control, and that's protecting his bases, as is keeping ByuN pinned. Warp Prism does distract. And ByuN does sneak out, true. Did mention that it is imperative that ByuN does something to herO. So he's going for the double drop at the same time herO moves in. Tries to move in. Colossus getting a couple of swipes in. Couple of swipes. Oh, nice split out of herO. Picking up more Marines. Good value. And here he just warped in. Ooh, it's a big warp in. Is there a recall back home? Do we have a defensive warp in? We have 3 Stalkers. There's a recall. Yeah, there's that recall, alleviating some pressure, allowing ByuN to expand. Ideally, ByuN wanted some damage, but forcing a recall, it helps. It does help a little bit here. But again, this is just a very open third. And an open fourth base. It's just very open. It's just very, very open. herO, he has so much room to just collapse in with his mass zealots. Speaking of, yeah, more reinforcements coming in. Typically, what a Terran player wants to establish a 3rd and 4th base in TvP is SimCity. Like, they want choke points. They want choke points, but there's no choke points here. There's nothing choked up. It's all open. Center tower barely will go down. It does fall. Again, ByuN trying to be active. herO looking for the drop. He's searching. So he moves in. We do have a couple of ghosts, a couple of Vikings. There's 1 EMP. One EMP. Now we have 2 more robos. Triple robo production on the way. herO getting a 5th base, by the way. He's getting a 5th expansion. Meanwhile, ByuN is fighting for his 3rd. He's fighting for his 3rd base. Now, ByuN has retained his army, so he's built up. We're both max, more or less. But the issue here is that ByuN is fighting for his 3rd. Meanwhile, herO, he doesn't need to break the 3rd base. All he has to do is just contain ByuN on 3. If ByuN ever tries to get a 4th base, then herO should be there to stop it, to punish it. And herO is content to build up a bank. Build up a bank, work on 3/3 upgrades. Throw down more pylons, more expansions. Secure that map control. Here moves in. Trading out the Zealots. Trading out Zealots. Never does connect. Oh, Vikings overextend. Losing 1, 2 Vikings. I believe to get a Colossus. I believe. Yeah, go 1. 1 Colossus goes down. Oh, we do see ByuN. He tried to surround. He got surrounded though. Yeah, the sandwich got sandwiched. ByuN gets caught out. Has to pull away. Cheeky moves attempted there out of ByuN. Didn't quite collapse in. And again, just still more warp-ins. We've spoken about this before, but this dynamic here in TvP has not changed from patch to patch. There were some people that were like, oh, because of the warp gate change, like maybe it's like too expensive to get into this. No, not at all. It's still the case. Meanwhile, the Colossus does go down. Nice snipe. Disruptors. Uh-oh. Yeah, here he was too trigger happy. He will lose all the disruptors. Zealots they collapse in. They trade well. Yeah, we're trading here against Marauders, so efficient trades from herO. Marauders going down. Ghost going down as well. Nice mine connections, very nice mine connections, but he even gets a tank. Yeah, tank goes down, and herO should back off. herO just has to back off. And now we can reinforce. And remember, we have fast warp-ins. Oh, actually warps into the main. Prism goes down, warps into the main base. herO does have a bank. There we go. I was like, where are the Zealots warping in? How many gates do we have? Only 8. Oh. Yeah, so here is on a low gateway count. There we go. He just realized. But Zealots they trade well. They get on top of the tank. Tank goes down. Stalkers they move in. Focus down the medevacs. Gets into the mineral line. And again, hero's looking to make a series out of this. Now here he cannot kill. He's gonna have to back off. But he throws down 5 more gates. These gates are late, to be fair. They're late gateways. This did slip herO's mind. This is slowing herO down because he's on a very low gateway count. But GG gets called anyway, and herO does put a point on the board, taking down ByuN on Fear and Faith. GG. GG, well played. It does fight back. But again, the RNG did work in favor here. We did try to emphasize that specifically diagonal spawns on Fear and Faith heavily favors Protoss. It is so difficult for the Terran player to be active, to be aggressive, to go for drop play, to hinder or threaten the economy. It's very difficult. So bam, with that, herO gains map control, mass expands. GG. GG, well played. And now we go from one of the larger maps in the map pool to one of the smaller maps. We're going to be loading into Blackrock. Interesting. So Blackrock is a very dynamic map. Blackrock has some similar features to Fear and Faith in regards to the 3rd and 4th base. You saw how open that 3rd and 4th base is on Fear and Faith, and it is so difficult to defend on that map because of that. Similar on Blackrock. Blackrock has a very open 3rd and a very open 4th base, but as opposed to Fear and Faith, Blackrock has a bunch of choke points throughout the center of the map. Not close to the bases, but a little bit further out. There's a bunch of choke points, there's a bunch of terrain that can be utilized in different ways. And likewise, of course, shorter rush distance by ground as well. So has its own unique features. We'll get into it. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackrock, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss fighting back in the series. Can we force the ace match? Can we go all the way to game 5? Pressure still on. Representing T1, it is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Terran player, the blue Terran himself, the South Korean Terran. For Shopify, it is ByuN. Let's go. Let us go as herO begins with a proxy. Let's go. I see in the chat, the Gamma Ghost, this is live, yes? Yes, this is live. If we ever do like a replay cast, it is in the title of the stream. So as you can see, there's no quote-unquote replay cast in the title of the stream, so it's a live event. And we're here in the finals. We're here in the grand finals. Oh, Spider-Man meme it up as we are going for a proxy versus a proxy. We're about to get rowdy here. We're about to get rowdy. So, a couple of things. Because we're both proxying, there's no defensive units back at home, right? There's no units to defend. So things get very chaotic very quickly. We'll see who hits first, and we'll see what hits first. Is this Proxy Reaper or Proxy Marauder from ByuN? That's what I'm curious by. Does have one gas back at home, so we'll see if he goes to the tech lab or not. We'll see what he gets into. Likewise, it should just be Proxy Zealots into Cybercore, into a second Zealot, into a Stalker, I would imagine. We saw this build out of herO versus Percival in the semifinals. So assume Zealots, but this time we're rallying. Yeah, we're not banking. So this time we're just rallying. Oh, he scouted. Oh, right, of course, he scouted. herO knows. Yeah, here he went for the probe scout, so he sees that there's no racks back at home, so that's why he's just rallying directly into the base. At the same time, Proxy Reaper is going to hit a little bit faster, and ByuN has to make sure he does not get surrounded. He has to make sure he doesn't get surrounded. Technically, the Reaper can race home to defend, but it'll be a very delayed defense. It comes down to the micro, but I think I might favor herO. I mean, we'll see. It is ByuN. He's known for his Reaper control. Zelda's revealed. Boys are being pulled. herO has to make sure it doesn't get surrounded. No! Oh my god! herO, be careful. herO, be careful. Yeah, this is ByuN. He comes in with the surround and he looks down the Zealot. He tries to elite. Zealot does barely get away. Trading as best he can and getting 1, 2, 3 SCVs. 3 SCVs go down, but does surround the first Zealot. At the same time, Reaper gets hit. No, he gets surrounded! ByuN gets surrounded. GG gets called, and herO ties up the series. We're going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, we could have had a crazy game there, crazy back and forth. If that Reaper hadn't been surrounded, that should not have happened. We saw that herO fought hard to squeeze the most he could out of his Zealot. Meanwhile, ByuN was not paying attention. ByuN was distracted, and ByuN did get surrounded. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into the ace match. We're going to game 5. Here we go. Known for his... True. Cut me off, Pappy. Cut me off. I mean, he's known for his Reaper micro when he's paying attention. I should. that's the caveat there. He's got to be paying attention. No. As we're getting into the ace match, looks like we do have a bit of a lobby bug. So un momento. We'll very quickly restart before we jump into game number 5. Here we go. Just catching up with the chat. as we are going to be getting ready. So players just restarting before we jump into the final game. Yes, the caster curse. Ah. That Reaper dying is really not recoverable? No, not at all. Just because remember, your opponent has continued Zealot production, so they're gonna find even more damage. For you to be that far behind when it comes to counter damage and counter macro is brutal. Brutal, that'd be brutal. You can't afford these mistakes. Not at this level of play. Well, let's go. Let us go, as we're gonna be loading into the Old Sun Temple for game number 5. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the Old Sun Temple, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. He was down 2-0, by the way. he was down and out in this series when he scored his way back into the ace match. Momentum is on his side, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran, representing Shopify. He was up 2-0, but it has been slipping away. Can he get a handle on the series? Can he bring it back? It is ByuN. And welcome to the Old Sun Temple, a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in bottom right, top left, and bottom left. Now, you saw that ByuN, of the players, they rolled the dice, and they did roll in favor of herO on Fear and Faith. We spoke about it earlier, but on Fear and Faith, we did have diagonal spawns, and that favors the Protoss. Here, the dice are rolled, and we have close spawns, horizontal spawns instead. This favors Terran. Short rush distance by ground, aggression is favored. I say favors Terran, it favors aggression. So aggression is going to be favored here once we find each other. This time, ByuN does fully wall off on the ramp. We saw that on Fear and Faith, he was being cheeky and he was hiding his production and pulling further back. Looks like he will do that only once in this series. This time, he will get his SimCity up and running and wall off that ramp instead. Now, when I say this map favors aggression, I'm going to have to whip out the ruler. Like, I still haven't, I need to get around to it. I keep saying I will. I need to compare, and maybe chat can help with this, rush distance by ground, horizontal spawns, compared to every other map. Basically compared to Rainfall and compared to Rorschach. I think these close spawns is the shortest rush distance in the entire map pool, specifically. Like, especially if you expand towards each other. We've been in positions where this player takes a third base here, and then you have the opposing player take this third, and we're touching tips. We're just right next to each other, and then you just take one fight. Whoever wins just wins the game. hero's crazy, by the way. Before we get into the mid game, he proxies in the center. herO doesn't know where ByuN is, by the way. He doesn't see the Marine. But here, he does not know where ByuN is. He does proxy here, bottom right. ByuN could be top left for all he knows. Proxy Stargate. He sees. Wow, he does spot the Marine, but the Marine could be coming in from the top side. Yeah, it could be coming in. Marine just saw the probe. They did see each other. herO checking top right. And ByuN, he's scouting nearby.
Add-on complete.
But ByuN doesn't go up the ramp. Yeah, it does not go up. Now, Proxy Stargate is not an all-in. I should emphasize that. It's not as aggressive as the Proxy Gateway, but this is a way to get ahead early on, because this is Proxy Oracle. Proxy Oracle, and if the Oracle gets in, the Oracle can wreak havoc in the mineral line and cripple the Terran. So this can do game-ending damage. The depth has arrived. Bunker's not yet done. Nice control of the ByuN. He does pull away the Marine. Pulls away the weakened Marines. Oh! The probe! What? The probe gets a kill! The probe kills the Marine. Adept shades into the mineral line. SCVs are under threat. Yeah, denying more mining time. Distracting the Marines. Oracle's on the way. Yeah, the Oracle's on the way, and ByuN, he is going reactor Marine here. More SCVs going down. The chaos ensues. The Oracle's coming. And we can just focus on the Marines. Wow, we can focus on the bio, focus on the Marines. With every Marine going down, there's no anti-air. 4 Marines left, down to 3, down to 2, down to 1, 1 Marine. Does get a full round of the Adepts, 1 Marine remaining. Who comes out on top? The Oracle. The Oracle comes out on top, and this is too much. 6, 7 SCVs, 6 SCVs going down. The Oracle's out of energy, but critical damage is being dealt. Losing how much? 6 Marines and 6 SCVs. And the Oracle survives. The Oracle gets away. Yeah, it does get away. Remember, this was a single gas opener, so racks expand, delayed factory, delayed cyclone, a second oracle comes in, and this might just be it. This might just be too much. Takes down one marine, goes for more SCVs. Oh, a bit of miscontrol there. Did miss that shot. Heads to the low ground, denies more mining. Delaying ByuN, and ByuN is going for a second Rax and +1. It looks like ByuN is going for a 3 Rax follow-up. It looks like 3 Rax stim out of ByuN, but we'll see if he can even get there. Again, he's just bleeding out so many Marines. Speaking of, oh. And we just get a full scout as well. Yeah, the Oracle goes in, sees the second Rax, losing more SCVs. 2 more SCVs going down, 3 more SCVs even, 4, oh god. The micro, the stuttering. And back at home here is just chilling. Now, because Hero just scattered what's going on, he's going for the Robo response. We can go for the Robo into the bay into fast Colossus. Remember, he only has to worry about a bio all-in as we're throwing down another Rax. As we mentioned, 3 Rax stim out of ByuN, but heavily delayed. At this point, I mean, there aren't really many ways for ByuN to go. We might just see a 4th Rax. You just go for like a 4 Rax all-in, and you pull the boys with this as well, and just go for 2 Ace all-in instead. There's a world where maybe that works, but the issue here is because the Oracle opener, Hero sees everything. If we did throw down another Rax, if we threw down anything, it's going to be a factory, by the way, Hero can rescout. He can, and he most likely will. As we still have both Oracles, they make their way in. Catching out 1, catching out just 1 Marine. Jesus. Yep. Comes over the scout, confirming the factory, confirms there is no 4th Rax. So there's no 4 Rax 2 base all in. The factory confirms further attack. Tells Hero that he's a little bit safer to macro up. As it's now going to be a later timing, a later push. Even delays the factory. Oh, I guess. Delays the factory. Hero back into the main. He wants the SCV. Going for the Aces. Is denied. Oh, nice catch. 1 Oracle finally goes down. But we spoke about it. Robo into what? Robo into Bay into Colossus. So fast Colossus here by Hero. This shuts down any kind of stim timing. By the time stim finishes, there's going to be at least 1 Colossus. So the Colossus will be out in time. And all you need is 1 Colossus shut down a bio push. Especially this early on. With this few Marines. Stasis traps, they don't really get much done here, but this is still good damage, right? In a situation where the Terran player has such a low economy, has been struggling so much, losing mining time here is brutal. Every little bit, it does hurt. Speaking of, losing another 1 SCV. We'll lose 1 more SCV. Back at home. Now, the one critique that I do have for Hero is that Hero could have gotten a faster 3rd. When Hero saw the factory on the way, I feel like that's the moment where you can take a 3rd Nexus. So Hero's 3rd base is late, so Hero's growth is going to be delayed. His tech is still good. His tech is still very nice, but his 3rd base is going to be later than what it could have been. That may come into play. Like you can see here, the 3rd CC for ByuN is on par with the 3rd base for Hero. But it may not matter. That is the thing. That will impact the mid game. But Hero does push forward. With help of the Immortal, he breaks through the bunker. Oof. Yeah, bunker goes down. ByuN steams in. The Stasis. No! Heal Z! Oh my god, Stasis goes off, which means Hero can just stand and fight. He can stand and fight. Takes down more Marines. Does reinforce. Now we can just camp this army. Ay, ay, ay. The MVP Oracles, they've done so much this game. Now there's a second Colossus. Oh no. Oh, army sims in. Trying to sim forward. Colossi, they bully the bio army. More warp-ins, more reinforcements. And ByuN just cannot move out, not like this. Oof. Yeah, the lasers, pappy. They cannot be stopped. Nor does they sim in. It does try to go for the dive. Hold damage on the Colossus. Oh, brutal Revelation. Yeah, Revelation on the army. Shuts down the mines within range of the gas. More SCVs going down. More reinforcements on the way. And again, it was an intense back and forth here, but herO snowballing out of control. ByuN going for one final stim, does pull the boys. This is it. It's all he has. Takes down all the oracles finally, but GG gets called. A third Colossus arrives, and herO will claim the series 3-2. herO, he's still in the game. herO, he was still in the game. GG gets called, and herO, he will claim the series 3-2, becoming this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. Whew. GG, well played. herO with the reverse sweep, Appy. So he was so intense that he even stayed in the game after ByuN left just to kill more units. Just to herO, calm down, Pappy, calm down. GG, well played. Again, ByuN was up 2-0, but these were really aggressive games as well. Very, very aggressive games. We had a lot of proxies from both players. A lot of proxies, a lot of cheese, a lot of shenanigans, a lot of aggression. We did see some macro play, if you remember, on Fear and Faith, but that was one of the more extreme versions of that, where the Protoss player is very comfortable and left alone. From there, though, it was still a very dynamic back and forth, and in the end, GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to herO for bringing it back. GG. And a shout out to ByuN for putting on a show, right? Like, ByuN may have gone down, but I can see a world where he wins this series. I can see a world where ByuN doesn't lose the Reaper. Like, I can see a world where maybe that game continues, and maybe ByuN wins that game as well. Like, it's hard to say how that would have unfolded. But there's that, of course. There's the likewise, like, the quote-unquote RNG nature of some of the spawn locations when it comes to Fear and Faith and Old Sun Temple as well. Remember, for Old Sun Temple, for this final game, we spoke about how this map favors aggression based on those spawn locations, and herO was hyper aggressive, going for the proxy, which did not get scouted, and just rallying everything across the map. He just did not let ByuN breathe at all in that final game. ByuN just couldn't breathe. He was punished for his greed as well. But GG. GG. Catching up in the chat. Was this a map where they were saying no vertical spawns? I think so. I haven't fully confirmed it myself, but I believe specifically Old Sun Temple does limit some of the spawn locations. Fear and Faith and Exarch, they don't limit anything. But I think Old Sun Temple does limit spawns. herO have no third and less workers, ByuN is okay. If herO was passive in that game, if herO didn't push, then ByuN could potentially recover, for sure. That's why we were emphasizing that herO had a very late third, but the advantage that herO had was his tech and was the Colossus, and herO was asserting himself, right? Like he was using that higher tech, that higher tier army, thankfully, right? Because you're correct. We kind of alluded to it, but yes, if herO was trying to play more defensive or safer or more quote-unquote macro-oriented, if he backed off and just expanded and just left ByuN alone, then ByuN could have had a chance there, but here he asserted himself. There we go. GG. GG, well played. And with that, again, congratulations to herO, and hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time here tonight. Again, hope you enjoyed the Sparkling Tuna Cup. This is a weekly open tournament. I say weekly, we did miss last week. For those that are curious, usually Tuna Cup is on the weekend. It's on Sunday. It's the first open cup of the week before the Woody TV Monday and before the Monday Night Weeklies. It's on Sundays. But the downside of this event being on a weekend is that sometimes there's Home Story Cup. Sometimes there's GSL finals or RSL, or sometimes it's like a big offline event that's going on, and that usually means we have to reschedule or skip a week. So just as a heads up, because last week was Home Story Cup, that's why there was no Tuna Cup, because a lot of the Europeans were traveling, of course, for Home Story Cup, and it was also going to be clashing with our broadcast. So usually if there's like a big event like Home Story Cup or BlizzCon or Doyu Cup, for example, which was like 2-3 weeks ago, RSL finals, that's when usually we reschedule Tuna Cup to a weekday. Usually we reschedule to Tuesday, or if there's like a full week event going on, then we typically push it back a week. So just as a heads up, that's why sometimes there's no Tuna Cup over the weekend, because usually there's other StarCraft events going on. But otherwise, again, we do have our weekly tournaments. It's the longest running weekly event out there, longer running than Water TV Mondays or Korean StarCraft League, KSL, longer running than Monday Night Weeklies or Pegasus Cups, longest running Open Cup out there. I say Open Cup because technically the Japanese weeklies have been running a lot longer than us, but they're specifically for Japan. We have our Open Cups been running since 2021, I want to say. It's been a long time, been a very, very long time. So if you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. Our Patreon does fund this very tournament on a regular basis. It's all funded via Patreon. You can actually see under hero's name down there, you can see our current donation goal, but you can also see our current Patreon goal as well. You can see here how much we earn per month via Patreon, and that all goes towards our tournaments. It goes towards this tournament, the weekly, and it also goes towards some monthly amateur tournaments as well. We run 3 tournaments on a regular basis, and you can actually see them here. Oh, that was the raffle. That was La Rifa. Bam. But there you go. As you can see, on my left, we have the Sparkling Tuna Cup in the center. We have Sea Duckling Open and Master Swan Open as well. Those are the 3 tournaments that we do run, 1 weekly and 2 monthly events as well, all funded via Patreon. So big shout out to all our patrons. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. You can help us grow our tournaments via Patreon. Otherwise, we're going to be wrapping up here for the day. When it comes to the rest of the week's schedule, un momento. Bam. As you can see, on my left, we just wrapped up with our Sunday cast. You can see Tuna Cup on its own on Sunday, and we will be live on Monday with OSC. That's going to be in around 11 hours, in around like 10-ish hours time. We're going to be live with the OSC Elite Rising Star Tournament. That is a seasonal event for up-and-coming players. Basically, it's restricted depending on placements in tournaments. So players that have achieved 2 high placements in events, they cannot compete. It's for the up-and-coming like semi-pros. So think of players like Jumi, think of players like GG Machine, like Shameless, for example. Some of the players that played in this very tournament, actually. Some of the younger up-and-coming talent out there. Think of players like Hon Mono. So you can see earlier in the bracket, like Mono, Shameless, players of that nature, Perceive, for example. These guys, 3 Point, they compete in Rising Star. Meanwhile, Jumi. Meanwhile, likewise, we also have GSLCK. GSLCK day number 2 is going to be tomorrow evening, so you can see our schedule's full. We have GSLCK Tuesday morning, we have Water TV Monday, Pegasus Cup, the Podcast, Kung Fu Cup, Crank Gatherers. That's a StarCraft Evolution Team League that's currently going on. We have MSO on Saturday, and then once again, Tuna Cup on Sunday. So this is our weekly schedule here. As you can see, 2 casts a day, almost every day. So we're trying to ease back a little bit. Back in 2025 and 2024 and 2023, we would typically cast twice a day every single day, but this year we're cutting back. So instead of 14 casts, we have what, 11? We have let's go 11 casts a week. Let's go, baby, let's go. So we're cutting back a little bit here so we can get some rest and we can recuperate a little bit more. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the sport, and we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you guys tomorrow for either OSC or GSLCK. We'll see for one of the 2. As we are also the official English casters for GSLCK, and our VODs are uploaded to the Soup channel on YouTube for GSL. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Otherwise, stick around. We'll be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who's live at the moment? Who's live? Who can we raid? Who can we send everyone over to? Like, usually there's like a Rotterdam stream or like a Hearthstone or a Lambo. I don't think there's anyone live today, though. Yo, where's everyone? What's going on? I see Strange is live, Middle VK is live. But yeah, a lot of the Europeans that are usually live at the moment they're all in bed. It's too early for them. It's like 2 p.m. Yeah, it's too early. They're all We'll find someone to raid. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the support, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, ciao. See you next time.